So anybody who was an original subscriber of mine would know that I am a big fan of Pokemon, at least that I used a Pikachu icon for a while. And today, Nerdist News did a little what you missed from the Pokemon trailer. So I don't look too closely at trailers. I like to experience them instead of watching them 100 times and try to take part piece by piece. I figured I'd watch it to see what I missed. And boy, did they not do their research at all. They must have put somebody on here who was probably a Digimon fan or something. Or maybe somebody who was like 40. And they were too old for Pokemon when it came out originally. So now but now they want to try to get into it because of their job. And they had no clue what the hell they're talking about. They messed up big time on a lot of it. There's simple, basic stuff that somebody who just watched a cartoon, even just the first couple episodes, would have realized. Or played any of the games, would have realized. Number one, the host went full dumbass and said that in this movie, Pokemon seem to be walking with their fellow people. And they're not crammed into their balls. They're on the same social and political structure. With socio and political standing as humans. Wrongo. In the remake games of Gold and Silver, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you see Pokemon walking around behind their trainers. In the anime, you see Pokemon walking around behind their trainers. Case in point, Pikachu and Meowth, who don't even live in their balls because they don't like them. If Pokemon doesn't want to be in their ball, they don't have to be in their ball. Pokemon are like our animals. When you take your dog on a vacation, or a trip to the vet, do you put him in a dog cage? You do? That's a Pokeball. Because guess what? Your dog's not going to spit fire and melt lava. And if they did this in the games, it would overpower the Game Boy chip, the DS chip, and all this kind of stuff. That's why they're moving to a Switch now. On the Switch, you'll see Pokemon running around freely. But another stupid thing she said, they're not crammed inside their Pokeballs. Yeah, Pokeballs, these are officially licensed items from the Pokemon Center in Japan. Pokeballs are like atriums. That's actually what they're called, Pokeball atriums. And they're like a holodeck from Star Trek The Next Generation. Inside the ball have a good one, is their perfect environment. Designed for them because somebody went around and studied them all. Professor Oak. You know, the guy from the first game who invented the Pokedex, who spent his whole life studying them all. Yeah, him and Birch and all of them. They study the Pokemon for their region, or their country, if you don't know what the Pokemon is, because obviously people who wrote this thing don't, in their country, and they found out what that Pokemon likes. You know, does it like the beach? Does it want to eat fish? Does it want to hunt? Does it want to have trees? Does it want to be in a city-type environment? So that's what their ball is. Their ball scans the Pokemon that goes inside of it and teleports them onto a holodeck-type thing. And then she went on to fighting and how horrible it is that these Pokemon are free to not have to fight. Yeah. It's been established in both the cartoon and the comics that Pokemon want to fight. They will fight no matter what. They will fight to the death if they feel like it. Because that's just what they do. Birds gotta swim, birds gotta fly, fish gotta swim, and Pokemon have to fight. But humans came along and trained them to not hurt each other bad enough. Because if you watch any episode that has Ash's Charizard in it, Charizard hates Ash, disrespects him, but he's always setting him on fire. This would kill him. But he's still alive and kicking. And no, it's not cartoon physics. It is because the fire he's breathing when he attacks somebody, he knows not to use lethal attacks. Pikachu electrocutes Ash. He doesn't die. He doesn't even feel it for most part. And sometimes he's even laughing along while he's hugging Pikachu. Watch the episode where he beat Lieutenant Surge. Why? Because the attacks don't really hurt. They're like cat fights. You ever see two cats fighting that aren't really fighting? They're just playing with each other. They don't have any claw. Even though their cat's claws will be as sharp as heck, they will not draw blood off each other. Why? Because they are playing. That's what Pokemon battles are. It's the Pokemon playing with each other because they would do it anyways. And if they do get hurt, guess what? That's what the Pokemon centers are for. And guess what happens in the Pokemon world? The Pokemon centers are 100% free. Human healthcare, on the other hand, costs you money. Because a bicycle costs you $1 million. And the episode where he went to the actual hospital, they had to pay bills. Or they were talking to humans about the bills they owed. Because the human bills are real. That was a text message. But the Pokemon bills are all free. Why? Because they love these critters and they take care of them. Nerdist got everything wrong. And I saved the best for last. I was honestly shocked they got all the names right after hearing this mistake they made. They claimed Greninja, a Pokemon that was released in X and Y, who is the X and Y water starter, Final Evolution, was introduced in Ruby and Sapphire's remake. Even the simplest Google search will tell you which game this Pokemon entered into. Greninja is a double-type water and dark Pokemon introduced in Generation 7. It evolves from Croaky starting at level 36. It is final form of Froakie. With the Battle Mode ability, it can transform into a special form known as Ash Greninja. Greninja, with the ability Battle Bond, cannot breed. Or Battle Bond, sorry. I take a couple times when I'm doing voices to read lines right. But Generation 7. First games of Generation 7, X and Y. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are remakes. Generation 3. 3-7. 3-7. 3-7. It was introduced in Generation 7. That's X and Y, you uncultured swines. But I digress. I'm not calling them swine for another Pokemon because a lot of people don't know about it. But if you're going to do a news story about something, check. Do a simple search. Get somebody that knows what the hell they're talking about. Just a thought. Anyways, I really enjoyed this trailer, and after looking at a bunch of pictures of Detective Pikachu and seeing the trailer over basketball times, I've watched it, I think, twice now. I watched it 3 times. Once on my own, originally. Once to make that video. And once went to watch Grace Randolph's reaction to it. I really hope they make the Detective Pikachu fluffy version of him as a stuffed animal, because it just looks so fluffy. Have a good one. Remember, anything Pokemon, do not go to Nerdist News. Do not watch Nerdist News. If it has anything to do with Pokemon, go to somebody like Proto Mario, Unlisted Leaf. Anybody with a Pokemon icon will be better than Nerdist News. Have a good one.